What's up, folks? Happy Thursday. Big Sean Kramer's Wheels with a Z.
With a Z, baby.
It's time for Grapple Pro TV, and we've got Asher Zero in the house with a huge opportunity as he goes to battle with the real Grapple Pro Champion. And you know who I'm talking about, Wheels. I'm talking about Mr. Fancyy.
Mr. Fancyy holding the Grapple Pro Championship high up in the air. He's a proud champion.
He is, and he's really aggravated right now at the fact that Anthony Musso's parading around with the old championship, and he's going to show the world tonight. I talked to him before this contest, and Fancyy says he's here to show the world tonight that the reason he's the real Grapple Pro heavyweight champion, he can do that right now against Asher Zero, and here he is himself. He got it back. He's very disrespectful, is that Anthony Musso, but at the end of the day, when your job is on the line, sometimes you have to make a decision. And somehow Mr. Fancyy obtained that championship back. And he's carrying it right now as a sign of dominance. And we'll see if Musso and him meet down the road, but first, Anthony Musso's got to deal with Mikey every night. And that comes up at the Haunting, October 26th. Are you ready?
I'll be there. Will you, Kramer?
I will be there. We'll be there together, my friend, and it's going to be a fantastic night of action. And of course, when you talk about things that are fantastic, you cannot leave out Dulce Panapinto Attorneys at Law, our sponsor, our presenting sponsor. If you've got personal injury issues, those are your folks. Hit them up. They'll get you the justice you deserve. And Wheels, what should we do with the winnings?
Give me every dollar of it.
Come on.
And it would be highly appreciated. Thank you.
Well, that's not going to happen. How about a real answer?
I take PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App.
Oh, you idiot. Well, what I meant to say was go get a slice at Carbone's, the best in Buffalo. But nevertheless, John Tiger's called for the bell. We are underway. Mr. Fancyy and Asher Zero locking it up right here on this beautiful Thursday night. Live in Buffalo, New York. From Grapplers Anonymous Pro Wrestling Training Center, where you can learn to be the best. And that feeling out process right now, Mr. Fancyy. Look at that confidence. Look at that charisma. That is a champion.
He is a fighting champion. Always putting the title on the line to people that may not be super high up in the ranks over at Grapple Pro. However, he wants to show that he is willing to defend the championship day in and day out, and that he's a workhorse.
And that, Mr. Fancyy, certainly is a workhorse, somebody that everybody can be proud of as their champion here in Grapple Pro. And I, for one, certainly am in that list of people who are proud to have Mr. Fancyy as our champion. But, man, trouble abound right now. Asher Zero's got control in the early going here. Asher Zero's an impressive young athlete, Wheels.
He is, indeed. Indeed, Kramars, indeed.
This kid's got a ton of strength, and he's got some speed to go with it as well, and he's going to be a tough challenge for Mr. Fancyy. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Fancyy got him set. Pop it over. You can't hold on to Mr. Fancyy for too long. He will find his way out of any situation that you've got him in.
I think what Asher Zero needs to do is use the big weight difference as your advantage and not allow Fancyy to be able to maneuver himself around and pick up speed.
That would definitely be wise, Wheels, and Asher Zero's going to need to do that right now, but you can see that he's not doing that well in that process right now because the speed has turned up to 10 and Mr. Fancyy has taken over this contest. Oh, look at that! All the way right into the breadbasket. Just two. Asher Zero, he's got to be out of breath right now. Every bit of wind in this kid's body left when Fancyy came crashing down. Sure
did.
Now Mr. Fancyy looking to take advantage of the opportunity he created for himself. Let's see.
Back up to the second rope.
Oh, man! Asher Zero! Wow! Mr. Fancyy crash and burn. This is going to be it. Upset? No. My goodness. Wheels. How impressive.
It was a great move. Great move, well scouted. Knew he was going back up to the second rope. Took full advantage of Fancyy. Let's see this on the replay here.
Strength to Asher Zero.
Using Fancy's momentum against him and slamming him right down to the back of his neck. Hooking the leg, only good for two, but now Asher Zero is in full advantage. Maybe spoke too soon, running chest first into the turnbuckle there. Fancyy just too quick for most athletes that want to compete against him.
Zero in trouble right now. And down, face first into that canvas. Looks to be out. Fancyy hooks the leg. And that's instinct alone because Asher Zero has zero idea where he is right now. No pun intended on that.
Jawbreaker by Asher Zero, creating some separation. Stumbling into the corner is Fancyy, now just on the end of forearms and a knee shot to the midsection. What we got here, though, another big shot to the mouth of Fancyy. He's returning some right back to Asher Zero, though. We got Slugfest here in the center of the ring here Thursday night on YouTube and Facebook Live. Thanks for joining us. You want to see these guys in action, come to the Walleye Association Club in Hamburg, New York, October 26th. The owner and operator, Mikey Every Night, will lace the boots up again against Anthony Musso. Mikey Every Night, sick of the disrespect that Musso has been putting Grapple Pro through for months, and he's looking to put a big stop to him.
For sure, and this is a personal situation for Mikey Every Night at this point. We saw that grow, of course, with Anthony Musso stunk with the championship earlier this week. And I'll tell you what, I don't know, I said this on the last broadcast, I'm going to say it again, I'm not sure the Walleye Association of Hamburg can contain this. This is going to be nuts, folks, and trust me, you want to be there. But look at Mr. Fancyy right now, Wheels. Tornado DDT, fancy footwork right there from Mr. Fancyy, and Asher Zero's wrecked. This is going to be the end of the night. No!
Well, not only what Musso did on Monday night, I mean, last event, he completely ruined a great competition between Mr. Fancyy, the Grapple Pro Champion, and Kevin Blackwood. Mikey Every Night gave him extended time to the match because it ended in a draw, but the fans cheered and Mikey heard their voice, and they got an extra, I forget how many minutes, whether it was 5 or 10 more extra minutes for the match to continue, so we got a winner. But damn it, Musso ruined it.
Anthony Musso's ruined a lot in recent months, folks. Mikey Every Night's had enough, and he's decided to take matters in his own hands, and I, for one, hope he puts Anthony Musso out of his misery and returns things back to normal here around Grapple Pro, because I don't feel safe around here with this crazy man, Anthony Musso, running around, attacking whoever he sees fit, causing whatever trouble he sees fit. And Mikey Every Night needs to put a stop to it, but Asher Zero right now is putting a stop to Mr. Fancy's momentum. He's in control of this contest.
Just setting him up on the top rope here. This has bad news written all over for Fancyy.
Oh, but Asher Zero getting a little cocky right there. Mr. Fancyy taking advantage. Oh, wait a minute, and down! Fancyy buster, Asher Zero.
Good night. Thanks for coming. There it is. Mr. Fancyy.
What a win for him, too, Wheels. Asher Zero put up a fight, and Mr. Fancyy just too much at the end of the day. And there's a reason why this kid is so impressive. And there's a reason why he's the Grapple Pro Heavyweight Champion, and you just saw it for yourself.
Absolutely. Big-time Fancyy buster to end and ruin the night of Asher Zero. Want to thank everybody for tuning in here Thursday night. Let's check back at this replay presented by Genesis Gaming and Hobby, one of our other sponsors. But thank you for joining us Thursday night. Make sure you come back on Monday night, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. We will be live over at YouTube and, of course, Facebook Live. I'm Wheels with the Z. Right next to me is Big Sean Kramars.
Yeah.
Was you wearing candy? Your hair's fucked. You lost.